Hello, and good morning, guys and girls. Today we're going to play, or you're going to watch me play, CyberBots Fullmetal Madness from Capcom. This game was out in 1995. It eventually made its courses into consoles and PlayStation of December 25th, 1997, and then Sega Saturn March 28, 1997. I think this was a very unique mech fighting game, and in its time, I think it's a great Capcom Fighting Collection asset. This game is worthwhile playing, and you guys can play it now on Steam on a collection called Capcom Fighting Collection. It came out June 24th, 2022, so don't forget to snag it. It's available for both PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC Steam. So without further ado, let's head on playing the game. So, in this game, you have a quite bit of a few characters, well, a lot of characters. You meet his father's good friend, Gowen, and then we're in the process of fighting and beating him, and etc. But the point that we're making here about this game is amazing. This game has massive good environment, amazing special effects. I don't know if the same Capcom team that worked all the effects in, such as like the Mega Man X games, but the effects in this game was really well put. And the bashing and just smashing each other, tearing arms and limbs. And yes, this game does have process to where their guard break system is similar to games like Samurai Showdown, where the player is completely helpless. The more they defend, the more they can lose a limb or an arm, and that's really interesting in this game. This game is very unique for that. That being said, this game was amazing. Like I said, this is a sheer treasure. It has massive combo chain, a great combo system. It's very connected and crisp, and the hit junctions are perfect. It's straight to the point, very simple. It's a very simple-matic game, so it's not difficult to pick up to play right away. It could be playing in a professional manner, but I think this game was more wholesome to enjoy in its sense. You could tell that this game was strict more towards story than anything, but the gameplay itself was absolutely massive and good. Which brings to a point that if this game should be remade, it should. I think that Capcom can go inside their treasure chest of games and go inside, get these games. And let me tell you, this game is worth a remake and playing. I would totally buy it. Remake for sure. Like I said, them adding environment breaking while playing the game gave it a great interior exterior detail towards the stage. You know, like it was just too great. And this game is just too much to slip by too. Capcom did amazing with this game. Such as the enemies. Some enemies were, simple. Some were complex. Some were annoying. Get on your nerves. They had like this stupid massive range. Some were good with good quick fast melee. So you had to plan how to win to get inside your opponent, because this game really did show a lot of that in this game. So they had a lot of mechs or pilots that controlled mechs that had some of those attributes. So you have to really try to learn their mech and knowing how to beat each one prior through every match. Like I said before, certain enemies you could just find out quickly what to do. Mostly I would say rush in when you're getting into this mech power ability. When your boost goes up, that is the perfect time to annihilate and completely explode and destroy every enemy in your arsenal. So when you see that moment of opportunity, don't let up. When you see your character is blipping like this low, like this flashing highlight around their body, that's your cue to annihilate. A lot of people, I'm quite sure if they have played this, they didn't know what it is. It's a booster mode, similar to how it is in a lot of the other Gundam games too, the fighting game, however. So when you see that, go all in, get inside your opponent's defense, which makes them drop their offense, and you just smash and bash away, and you will blow up every enemy one by one by one by one, and you will annihilate all these enemies. Till I got overly arrogant, and then I fought this thing called Super 8, and I said, wait a minute, I've seen Super 8 before. See, it's good to play some of these old games because a lot of people don't know where some of these things come from. I used to play a game called Monster Hunter World, and during my play, I noticed that that Super 8 machine is a layer weapon ornament for a downloadable DLC for Monster Hunter World, and I said, I'll be darned, that is that thing. I said, wow. So yeah, by the stars, man. If you see that right there, that's where it comes from. So it's cool to know that Capcom does bring memories into their games, you know, and put them in newer games, because a lot of people don't know. They'll just go, ooh, what is that? But then if they play these old school games, that is why as well I am reviewing and playing these games. I am playing it for my leisure. I love playing old school games, but I also want to talk about this because this brings a good knowledge factor for you guys to know where most of these cameos come from. And once you know that from watching these videos, you'll go, oh, I know this thing. You know, I seen that thing in in an old game or an old cameo from an old Capcom game. So take that in mind, guys. All right, so anyway, after me getting destroyed by this thing, just getting blown to bits, piece by piece by piece, it was getting on my nerves. I couldn't stand this thing anymore. So I found out this strategy. I knew when to wait for him. It was more of a wait game. And I waited for the opportunity for him to, or it, sorry, her, Devilette, that's who's controlling this mobile. I waited for her to shoot something a frame a second in time to make her dash into me. So then I would intercept the dash in back, and just throw combos. And then sure enough, me doing that concept and abusing my shots, I was able to defeat her once and for all. And I was happy because, man, I thought I was going to rage there. I was wrong. So after we got done, we ended up fighting this other guy with his mobile, and I was able to beat him. Like, he wasn't as too tough. I did lose a few times from him, but he wasn't the one that really got on my nerves. I think the one that got on my nerves a lot, which I started seeing like this mother brain with 3 heads, and I'm just like, what is that?
Today. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God! Oh my God! What is that?
Fighting this thing, and yeah, it beat the stuff inside of me, and I started to laugh and go, man, Capcom just loved using all types of cameos, because every time it would block, it had Dr. Wily's symbol as a shield. I don't know if that was done on purpose, but it was there. So after all of that, and I'm trying to figure it out, it was split into 2. It would throw like these circling beams. It would hit me with its wings. It would like suck me and take the energy off my mech suit and put it into its suit. I mean, it was, this enemy was not annoying, but one thing I noticed in this game, like any other Street Fighter game, you know, your best way to intercept an opponent is by grabbing and putting the force on them. And boy, did this enemy deliver a lot of that. So After I got done beating this thing, finally, we're able to fight the last honcho, the guy that kills Jin's father, Shade. So, in this fight, I'm like, okay, this seems like it's gonna be easy, right? Right. Wrong. Man, this guy was annoying. He had the great tech and space game ever. And its whiff was just insane. It knew when to hit, how to hit, in all of its perfect time. So I figured I would do the same thing I did to Double X mobile suit or mech suit. I was wrong. This thing, or it fights totally different prior from it. So, dude, through this whole 8 to maybe 9 different fights of me getting defeated, I was literally blowing that gasket. I was so freaking annoyed. Like, I wasn't in a point of raging, but man, was I annoyed. I was so heated. This enemy, dude, it would do things that I knew that in common knowledge to most fighters, like, oh, dude, you're jumping, stop jumping. Of course, I knew that. But then again, I started to think, like, okay, with this enemy, you can't jump. With this enemy, you can't rush. You have to wait for the opportunity and stop doing, you know, rising moves with it. And I'm just throwing off my specials just out of the willy-nilly, and it was just not doing too good. So at that point, I got annoyed. I was just like, dude, I'm like, come on! I'm like, man. So it was getting to a point to where I literally lost my mind. Like, dude, I was about to explode. But then my serene mind came into play, and I just started to realize his movements. And that's one thing about playing fighting games. And I say to anybody when you're playing fighting games, when you play fighting games long enough, of course you go through the storm before it gets calm. So yeah, you're going to get annoyed, you're going to get a little angry. But then once you start to pay attention and start seeing the enemy's movements, it's like tap dancing shoes. You know, once you see that first one tap, two step, three step, it becomes simpler. And then you start to relax the brain and start to see, oh, this is how you do that. It's just a weight game. So with me, I was waiting. When he threw punches, I threw punches. I blocked, and then I just intercept and hit him back. Intercept, hit him back. Intercept it, hit him back. And that eventually worked. And then it was at the very end, we were a bump head close with health. And I was like, he usually like going for grabs. So something told me in my mind, I said, you know what? He's going to go for a grab. I'm about to punch him, dude. I said, no, we've come too far. So as soon as he like dashed in at me with his helicopter.
Flew in on a helicopter. I flew in on a helicopter.
Yes. Yes.
So after that, he explains that something within the creator wanted him to be the perfect soldier, and he lost his mind, and he's eventually started to remember about his father and how they were best friends, and he was thankful that Jin gave him the best fight of his life. And now he's going to use himself to hit this satellite out of the crater so it doesn't hit Earth. So he sacrificed himself with his suit, his mobile suit, mech suit, and destroys it. And out of Jin's honor, he puts up a stake with like mech metal and chains as a cross for him, or a gravestone for him, out of respect. Because Jin, you know, I guess he admired something similar of his father to him, and that was great. So anywho, that's it. That was CyberBots Fullmetal Madness. This game is really fun. I loved it. I liked it. Always have. I think I never played the Steam version. It maybe has online play where people can play online and battle each other. If it does, I'm so gonna get it. The game was great. I really did love this game. This game was fun. It has great snaps. Jin is amazing, as he always been, even in the Hey, we are at the end of the video. If you made it this far, that means you are awesome. Don't forget to click that like button. And most importantly, don't forget to arcade tap that subscribe button. You all have a great day.